Good evening and welcome to the Exposé, where we delve into the geopolitical issues that shape our world. I'm your host, Vučić, and tonight we focus on a man who has carefully crafted his image as a statesman while leading his country down a dangerous path. Serbia's president, Aleksandar Vucic. 1 year ago, Serbia launched a Kremlin-inspired attempt to annex northern Kosovo. Since then, the situation in the Western Balkans has only worsened. Under President Vucic, Serbia has openly embraced authoritarian alliances with Russia, China, and even Iran. Despite claiming to pursue European Union membership, Serbia's actions reveal a very different agenda. Serbia now hosts a Russian PMC Wagner Recruitment Cultural Center in Belgrade. The center actively recruits young Serbs to fight in Ukraine alongside Russian forces. The West claims to support Ukraine, yet it turns a blind eye to this very situation. Serbia's Deputy Prime Minister, Aleksandar Vucic, famously declared that Serbia will never impose sanctions on Russia, saying Serbia is not just a partner, but an ally of Moscow.
As you know, Serbia is not only a strategic partner of Russia, it's also an ally of Russia. That's why there is a great deal of pressure exerted on Serbia. Nevertheless, that Serbia will never become a NATO member, that will never introduce sanctions against the Russian Federation.
But it doesn't stop there. Serbia is purchasing weapons from Russia, China, and Iran, even while hosting what can only be described as a front for Russian intelligence in European continent, the so-called Russian Humanitarian Center in Niš. And as Serbian oligarchs grow richer, dissidents who flee Russia seeking freedom find no sanctuary in Serbia. Instead, they face persecution from Vucic's government in Belgrade.
It was very sudden, very shocking. We thought that after 4 annual residence permits approved without any problems, the government already know what we are, and we would never thought that there are any problems at all.
I have no doubt that this is being done on direct orders from Russia, either via the embassy or directly from Moscow. I don't know, that's their business.
While the West preaches democracy, Serbia moves closer to autocracies, and Serbia's hypocrisy is staggering. Vucic continues to lobby against Kosovo's international recognition using every tool from the diplomatic playbook, all while denying the sovereignty and aggressing territorial integrity of its neighbor. In fact, in a display of loyalty to Beijing, Vucic even went as far as to reaffirm that Taiwan is part of China, further solidifying his alignment with anti-democratic regimes. Take a look at this.
It is very simple. I'm not going to take more than 10 seconds about it. You can count it. Taiwan is China. And it's up to you what, when, how you're going to do it. Full stop.
The Western Balkans are becoming a proxy battleground for authoritarian influences. Serbia, a supposed EU candidate, is becoming a hub for Russian espionage, Chinese influence, and Iranian weapons. And the West remains silent. But why has the West allowed this to happen? Washington and Brussels appear to believe that appeasing Serbia will distance it from Russia. But this is no longer a failure of diplomacy. This is a moral surrender. Serbia's duplicity continues to threaten the stability of the Balkans, and its aggression towards Kosovo is a ticking time bomb. Kosovo, on the other hand, is pressured to de-escalate as it faces relentless threats from Serbia. Just last year, Serbia mimicked Russia's annexation playbook in Crimea, attempting to forcibly control northern Kosovo. Yet, The US and the EU remain disturbingly silent, choosing to push Kosovo rather than confront Serbia. European Union has even implemented a pack of measures against Kosovo for failing to allow itself to subjugate to Kremlin-aligned Serbia's demands. This is not just about Kosovo. Serbia has played a key role in destabilizing Europe's eastern flank, from smuggling weapons into Russia to recruiting mercenaries for Putin's war in Ukraine. Serbia is actively undermining European security, and all of this under the leadership of Aleksandar Vucic, a man whose ties to war crimes in the 1990s, whose top job under Milosevic administration was to justify crimes and war crimes against humanity, had been carefully whitewashed over the years with the continuous appeasement of Western diplomats. As if this weren't enough, just this September, both the US and Germany signed a new energy cooperation deal with Serbia. This is a country that continues to buy Russian weapons, openly defies Western sanctions on Russia, and allows Russian oligarchs to hide their wealth in Serbia and use it as a gateway access to European market. And yet, the US and Germany continue to reward Serbia with new economic partnerships. So, why does this matter to you? Because the Balkans have always been Europe's pressure point. When that pressure explodes, it doesn't stay contained. The US and Europe's failure to hold Vučić accountable risks plunging the region and beyond into a chaos. Aleksandar Vucic is not the man the West wants him to be. He's a dictator in democratic clothing, and his ties to Moscow make him a serious threat to the future of European security. And yet, Western leaders continue to look away, seduced by energy deals and strategic partnerships. But make no mistake, appeasement has a cost. It's time we stop pretending that Serbia is a neutral actor. It has made its choice, and that choice is authoritarianism. The real question now is, will the West finally wake up to this reality, or will it continue to fuel the ambitions of a man who time and again proves he cannot be trusted? This is just one chapter in a broader story of political manipulation, moral failure, and unchecked ambition. I invite you to support Gunpowder Chronicles, where stories like this come to life unfiltered and unafraid. By subscribing, you will be directly helping us to continue to expose the dangerous forces shaping our world. Together, we can keep the focus on the stories that truly matter. Visit Gunpowder Chronicles and join us in the fight for truth. Thank you for watching the Exposé. Stay informed, stay engaged, and aware.